Hey guys, so you know, Yardbook, I do my credit card option through the Yardbook app, and they can pay online. You know, you email them an invoice, and then there's a little pay your invoice online, click here or whatever, so they can do that. And I've noticed now I'm getting tips. Like, tips? What the hell? Yeah, Yardbook I guess has the option now where you could do a tip. And I guess you could put no tip and just pay your amount, or I don't know. I think there's I saw it one time. I looked one time. I think there's predetermined amounts that they could choose from. So I just made the cleanup job I just did this morning. The lady just paid the invoice. I just got the notification. So I got the invoice paid and tipped. She tipped me. She gave me a tip. That's the second one that I got a tip on. So I mean, that's you know, that's pretty darn awesome. I just wonder how the customers feel about that. I don't mean to do that. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I'm gonna think about that. I almost kind of feel like I'm putting it in their face and that they should tip me. I don't know. So we'll have to see. So I got my trailer, and what I do is I keep my pressure wash trailer in the backyard, so that way my kids have room in the 2-car garage. I keep my trailer on one side, and then all their bikes and toys and stuff are on the other side. So that pressure wash trailer gets kind of heavy, especially if I have the chemical tank full. That 13 to 15 gallons of bleach, you know, times 7 is a lot of added weight on the tongue, along with the pressure washer up there, the actual unit itself, and the box with you know, stuff in the box, the toolbox. So you know, it gets kind of heavy, and then you add to that, it's kind of uphill from my driveway to my backyard. You know, you're kind of going uphill in the grass to the backyard, so it kind of gets, you know, pretty heavy to hold it, not to push it. Pushing it's really, really light, but holding it, it's like, oh my goodness, your arms get really tired, you know. So, hey, is this Johnny? No, okay. Thought that was Johnny. Thought that was you in your red truck. So, same truck as yours. So, I just take the part that you put on the ball of your truck, and I put it on the front caster. I put it on my left side. Not that it really matters, but I put it on my left side, and I back the trailer up and back it into its hole in my yard, in the backyard. And then when I need it, I just bring my John Deere from the garage, I run that to the backyard. It's just a walk behind, you know. Bring that to the backyard, and I throw it back on that caster, and then I just drive it back out. Too easy, man. You know, very, very little effort's involved, and I'm not tired and worn out when I'm done, because it gets to be kind of a pain. So that's how I do that. Now also, you guys might notice a 1 7/8 inch ball on the back of my Gravely Zero Turn. Now the Gravely came with a hitch plate with a hole, so you can put like little farm things that you buy at like Lowe's and Home Depot, like you know, whatever, spreaders and little trailers and stuff like that you can tow behind. Well, I drilled that hole out a little bit bigger, and I stuck a freaking ball on it. So if I have to move a customer's trailer that's in my way, I can just throw it, you know, right down onto my Zero Turn, just move it real quick. I can move my trailer in my backyard like that with my Zero Turn. So you know, I did that on purpose for a reason. Now, you know, I'm not going to go driving down the street with that and start, you know, putting a lot of unnecessary stress on my hydraulics. But at the same time, you know, I don't think that trailer is putting any more stress on the hydraulics than if I'm on a 2-wheel Velke, you know, in wet grass going up a pretty good incline. I mean, who's going to say, oh, you shouldn't do that? I mean, we do it all the time, right? So, I don't know. I don't think it makes that much of a difference. But it's not something that I want to do every day, all the time, stuff like that. So, what's going on there? Oh my goodness. So, that's that. But let me roll on up here, get to this customer's house, man. We got a 2-story to go do right now, and that will finish this guy's lawn service and 2-story pressure wash. And then we're gonna roll on down, do the 1-story, and then we're going to roll on down and do the 2-story, and then we're going to figure out the pine straw. So, but I want to do the 2-story then the 1-story, because if I don't hear back from that guy about his 2-story that he's closing on, then I'm going to start doing the pine straw. And if he calls me, then I'm going to stop what I'm doing, run out there, pressure wash that 2-story, and then come back and finish the pine straw, because I don't want to pressure wash in the dark, and I don't want to pressure wash with any, you know, too many people around. And you know, I could pine straw all the way up till dark. I don't care. I don't want to be pressure washing up till dark. That's just how I roll. See you. All right, guys, I'm gonna pick the pace up with videoing to try to get done. It's 12:30. Well, not yet. It's 12:22, I guess. Look at the top peak there. That's getting into 3rd floor range there. So 4 gallons per minute, pink tip. Do it all from the ground, no ladder. So we'll be able to reach all of this. Okay, so hopefully you guys can see how yucky, how dirty that is. I mean, it's really pretty yucky. The gutters and everything, pretty yucky. I showed you this side already, but I mean, that's pretty brown, pretty dirty. Let me show you the back real fast. The hard part about this is the houses are so close. I really have to use the wind and not let my chemicals get onto the neighbor's house and spot it with clean spots. But see, all that's going to get real clean up there. Look how black that is. So we'll do a walk around. That'll be pure white in about 20 minutes. And I'll do a walk around when I'm done and show you, and pretty much show you the time. But yeah, let me see right now. It is, shoot, I don't know, I can't see. I really can't see what the freaking heck time it is. It says 12:26, so here we go. So it is 1:13. So 35 minutes? 35 minutes. 2-story house done. Done, done, done. Look at that, huh? Freaking spotless. So I was standing on the ground. I was standing here and I was shooting up there, and I turned and I looked, and a pressure wash company went driving by real slow. So looks like that's the only thing they do, but I could be wrong. But it looked like that was, I mean, that was it. I've seen him around, and he's only pressure wash. I never see like any mowers or anything like that. So, but yeah, we are done. Look at that, huh? Remember this back? Remember how black the back was? Watch this. Bam! White. Look at that. It's like a new house. And then I forgot to tell you guys I was doing the porch. So I did the porch too. So 35 minutes with the porch. So really, you know, this is green. This is all green, remember? This is all green back here. So that's good. Now it's all clean. Air conditioners are clean, and I rinsed them. Everything's clean. Windows are clean all the way up. And there's a little bit of residue left on there, so it'll keep getting cleaner. So I always leave a little bit of residue. Let it just keep on keeping on. So let me roll up my hoses. It took 35 minutes to do the actual job, and that included the back porch. So let me roll up my hoses and move on to the 1-story. All right, guys, so like exactly 1 hour start to finish, rolling the hoses back up and everything, and that included doing the back porch there. So that I do in for free, but that would have been like, I don't know, a $20, $30, you know, $20, whatever, throw that in. 120, I probably would have said, yeah, I'll do your back porch, and just make it 140, you know, something like that. But we did it free. I mean, you know, he's a good customer. Just had a baby. So, yep, we are done, and we are heading out to the next yard. Or, well, sorry, to the next house. And, you know, I think I've told you guys before that I don't rinse all of the bleach and soap off of the vinyl. That's another reason why I use soap, is it lets it stay, the bleach stays on longer. It doesn't evaporate so fast in the wind. So I like to put soap on, plus I can see that my siphon's working by just hitting a window, and then boom, there's suds. I rinsed the windows very well, and I rinsed the lower part where, you know, kids or somebody might drag their hands. So, you know, in the morning, if there's moisture, I don't want it to, you know, be bleach moisture. So I rinse anything you could reach, basically, and I rinse the windows so you don't have a film on the window. But like all the top peaks and stuff like that, I just barely hit it just to remove any loose dirt. I don't want it to dry with loose dirt, so I barely hit it, move the loose dirt off, and I don't sit there and rinse and rinse and rinse and rinse and rinse. I'll leave the residual bleach on there for a little while and let nature take its course, let the bleach continue to brighten things up. Works really good on gutters and stuff like that too, you know, just kind of leave it for a little bit. So we're done there. We're gonna move on to this one-story house. So I'll be back. I haven't heard from the guy who was closing on his house yet. So the way it stands right now, we're gonna do the one-story house, and then we're gonna put the pine straw down. And I'll be 100% complete with all my commitments for the day. And then if that guy does call me with the closing, if everything does work out and he gives me the address, then we should be there probably around 4. But I'd like to get there sooner, get that done, and come back up and do the pine straw later on. Just relax with the pine straw. Well, we'll see. Glad I bought bleach, because I used just about all the last of that bleach up at that job there. So I'm going to go ahead and put about 30% of this full. I'll put about 5 gallons of bleach in here in my container, and I'm going to then go ahead and put the rest water. So refill my chemical tank. So we're going to have a little bit of a delay here, siphoning that in, and then you know, just keep on keeping on. Well, it is way too windy to put pine straw down, but check out these gutters. Ooh wee! I hope that shows on camera. They're like black. So you watch. So that was a big area he wants done. All up underneath here. Going back, that's not too bad. And in the very back corner is pretty bad. But now let me show you guys something. See, I draw the line at back porches that are screened in. When you have a screened in back porch, that's you. That's not me. I don't mess with ceiling fans like this. Okay, I'm not gonna go in there and do all that unless the homeowner takes all this stuff out or pays me to take all this stuff out, and then I go ahead and do that. So, but like, look at all this black here and then going all the way up. Now, that's not too shabby right there. I mean, I could almost just move that stuff out this way, but like inside the porch, that's house cleaning. That's housekeeping right there. So all I can do is what I can do without it coming down and staining anything. See what I'm saying? So gotta be really careful when you start dealing with that sort of stuff. So yeah, that's housekeeping. So go in there and you dust. All right, let me get this one done, and then I'll try to contact that guy and see if I can do that other 2-story. If not, then we're done, because I'm not putting pine straw down in this wind. It's still crazy, and it'll blow across the yard. So let me see what I can do here. Be right back. All right, guys, so we're done. Shit just got really real, really fast. I just busted a 50-foot length of pressure hose. So that's 2 pressure hoses, 2 50-foot lengths I've pissed through in the past 2 weeks. So I was down to 100 feet, now I'm down to 50 feet. And the guy just called me and told me where the next job is. Look how white everything is now. Remember how bad that was? Look at that. So I'm gonna run up here to Lowe's because I'm in a bind and I don't have time to go out to the pressure wash place. And it's actually cheaper here at the Lowe's anyways. And I'm just gonna get me a Blue Hawk length of remember how black that was? I mean, that was black. It's spotless. So, I don't know what time it is, probably like 2:30 I think, maybe 2, I don't know. But I ended up having to call this guy. He's out of town. He had a bunch of FedEx packages, so I had to clean that up, get those secured for him because he's out of town. It's like brand new. Ooh, look at it. Oh, I need to hit that with the garden hose. See that? I'm gonna rinse that off with the garden hose before I go. I won't leave that. Man, looks good, huh? So the whole house is done, but I got a boogie because I gotta get to Lowe's. So let me go rinse that spot off I just saw. And I already took some pictures and sent it to him. It's like brand new, man. So I got one more 2-story to do, and then a buddy of mine just called. Well, I'll tell you in a minute. I'll tell you while we're driving. Be right back. Well, crap. So like I said, we pissed through a hose, 50-foot pressure hose. So I'm gonna run up here to the Lowe's. The dang. I'm wondering if I should. I think I'm gonna postpone this one that I'm gonna go do. I mean, they're not there anyway, so it don't matter if I do it today or tomorrow. They don't care. It'll be too dark. By the time I'm done, it'll be late. They're not gonna come over and take pictures now, but man, that looks good. That house is clean. I'm wondering if I should. My buddy called. He's got a house, a 1-bedroom or a 1-story house. He wants me to pressure wash for him. I'll do subcontract work for local companies, you know, other businesses in the area, and he's got a lawn service and a paint business, and sometimes he'll get paint jobs, you know, exterior paint work, and he'll need me to go over there and just pressure wash it real fast, get all the loose dirt and crap off. Sometimes he'll get just regular pressure wash work because of his lawn service. So that's what this situation is. So I cut him a little break. So, you know, my normal price is $70 for a 1-story, and you know, you see I'm in and out fast. So for him, I do it for $60, and I think he charges his customers like $90 or $100. So, I mean, he makes a phone call, makes 30 or 40 bucks on my labor, which is fine. I mean, you know, of course, you sub it out. Heck, I don't care if he gets 200. You know, he could tell him 200 bucks. I'm going to be in, I'm going to be out in about 30 minutes. 30 minutes to an hour is what it takes me to do a house, pretty much any size. It all depends on what the situation is with, like, patio furniture, you know, things that I got to get out of my way, and my hose situation. Like this house here, I had 100 feet of hose, so I actually had to take my trailer off the ball of my truck, and I did half the house, and then I rinsed it, and then I took my trailer off the ball of my truck, and I manually pushed it through the yard to the corner of the house on the other side, and then went down that side of the house and rinsed it, washed it and rinsed it. That takes time when you got to do stuff like that, but I mean, hey, you do what you got to do. All these jobs came out of nowhere, and I didn't even realize to go get me that extra 50 feet of hose that I blew out yesterday, or what, last week sometime. I blew out 50 feet of hose. So I didn't even think about replacing that and taking this one to the shop, have them press on a new fitting. That needs to be done. They need to do that themselves. I can't do that. So I didn't even think to do that. And I wish I did, because if I blew that 50-foot length of hose out now, I would still have 100 feet I can go do this next house. But I like to have 150 feet. It just makes things easier. So I'm going to go buy 100 feet of hose right now. One of them is a pinhole right in the middle. It's not a pinhole. It's actually bigger than a pinhole. But it blew the center of the hose out. Pretty much right at like the 25-foot mark. So I don't know. I don't know what happened there. I'm going to have to take a look at it. And the shop might be able to fix that too. Give me maybe, I don't know, it depends on the cost, you know, of fitting. But put a couple, make it so I have a couple 25-foot lengths or whatever as spares just to back up. So I really don't know. Sorry, forgot about the wind noise. I'm getting tired. I woke up at like 11 o'clock last night. I jumped up. I was having a dream that I was in a swamp area, and it was an alligator, and it was going after my buddy Jackie Ray. Jackie Ray is a senior citizen air conditioner repair guy in my area, and you know, he's really a cool dude. And I had a dream that the alligator was about to attack Jackie Ray, and so I jumped on the alligator. And because I was in like waist deep water, I didn't have enough weight to really hold the alligator down. So I was pushing down on the alligator's head and trying to put my body on the alligator's body, but because we were in water, I was buoyant, and the alligator was getting the upper hand on me, and it went to lunge at Jackie Ray as I was holding the alligator's head and straddling him, and in my sleep, I was holding my arm. So I was pushing my arm down, sleeping, and thinking my arm was the alligator, and when the alligator lunged, I pushed down and lunged hard on my arm, and my dog, my pit bull, Rocky, the tan one you see in some of my videos, was right there. So he got kind of messed up on that whole deal, because him and I, we sleep, I mean, we're like together sleeping all the time. And so he kind of got messed up, and he jumped up, and that's what woke me up. And so I looked at Rocky, and he's looking at me like, dude, what happened just then, you know? And I got red marks on my arm from holding my bicep, you know, holding my arm down. And God, it's crazy, man. Just a crazy dream. And so then I ended up watching the highlights from the GOP debate, which I didn't watch the GOP debate because I don't give a crap about watching that shit. I listened to the highlights. It's all stupidness. But so I don't know, I ended up falling back asleep, I don't think before maybe 12:30, 1 o'clock, and then up at 5:30 for the kids. So man, I'm struggling right now. I'm tired. But let me see how long it takes for me to get this hose and everything and what they got available, and man, we'll take it from there. So I'll be right back, guys. Okay guys, forget that. They want 90 bucks for 50 feet of this over-the-counter Blue Hawk pressure wash hose. 90 bucks for 50 feet. Are you freaking kidding me? $2 a foot, basically, with tax? Man, I'm gonna go to the pressure wash company. I mean, if I'm gonna pay $100 for hose, it's gonna be good hose, not this over-the-counter Blue Hawk crap. I mean, that's, you know, that's homeowner stuff. And that's what happened was, I had that 50 feet from my Troy BILT that I had, and that 50 feet, when I had that Troy BILT, I bought that 50-foot length too, and a piece of that crazy material, it's like a rubberized material, got chunked out, and that's, I've been watching it, and it's I mean, once it got chunked out, the hose is, you know, getting ready to go. So that's why I always kept that hose close to my pressure washer and away from me, because when that thing blew out, I didn't want it to be blowing out in my face or anything like that. So so that's it. So we're gonna run to this other pressure wash company here and see what they got going on for hose, and we'll pick it back up, and we'll see. We're either gonna close out this day and just go do 2 pressure washes and a pine straw job tomorrow, or we're going to go do 1 more pressure wash. I'd like to do 1 more pressure wash today. I mean, there's no reason why I can't. It's only 3 o'clock right now. 3 o'clock, I can get on this next job. I can have it done easily, you know, get in there and have it done easily by 5 o'clock. And that would be 2 stories, 1 story, a back porch, a clean out lawn service job from hell, and a lawn service job. So I'm not working hard, you know what I mean? So I don't know. We'll have to see. We'll have to pick it up, and then we're gonna do a really cool video. I got plans to do a really cool talking video to you guys. You know, old man advice type thing. Just some stuff you guys to think about as you grow your business. Just things that I've realized over time that, you know, if I had a chance to do it over, what I would do, how I would do it. So I will be back. I'm getting on the highway now, so let me pay attention. Alright guys, battery's about to die in this camera too. I'm looking at it. We're gonna be done. We're gonna be done for the day. I bought the hose, same price, $89, 50 feet, but this isn't that Blue Hawk one. This is a good, you know, professional grade hose. So it's $89, but it does not come with the couplers. It's just got the threaded ends. So I'm gonna go home to my hose that the end bursted on, and she said that they do not do repairs on those. So I'm just gonna take the ends off of that hose, excuse me, and go ahead Oh, goodness. Go ahead and thread this up with some Teflon tape, change them couplers over, and I guess just pack it in. I mean, it's 3:30 now, so by the time I'm done messing around with that, it's going to be about 4, and you know, man, it's kind of, I just don't want to push it. It's windy, it's chilly, there's just no reason, and I'm heading out tomorrow. If this is my last wash of the day, then I would, because then I could put my trailer away tonight for the weekend and not mess with it, but I'll just leave my trailer hooked up. Gonna go do that one story tomorrow. And ooh, wouldn't that be a pisser if he canceled me tonight? Like, oh, never mind, customer said no. Oh, that would piss me off, but that's not gonna happen. He also gives me lawn work too, so I'll go out and do a lot of lawn work with him, or for him, because he does a lot of painting, so sometimes he'll get involved in a painting project, you know, somebody's home, inside or an outside project or something, and for like 4 days he's off the scene, because, you know, that's good money. And, you know, the lawns will always be there as long as he can get those done, but the painting won't. You know, you do that when you get it. So sometimes he'll have me cover down for him and do some of his yard work too. So I'll just make sure I have everything good to go, so that way I can take care of his customer tomorrow with no issues. And we'll just pack it in, get this video up. Battery's flashing, it's about to turn off. All right, guys, thank you. Bye.